If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated.
Hello, Lads on the Road subscribers and followers. I made a video a while back, said money doesn't buy happiness. And I was actually kind of surprised how much, I don't want to say negative feedback, but feedback that contradicted what I was trying to explain. Look, for those of you that work really hard to have a great future, please understand that's what I had done for nearly 20 years. I was probably, and you can ask anybody who knows me personally, I was probably the most driven person on the planet. I mean, I had drive and drive and drive and drive. At 28 years old, I was a manager, a quality manager. Before that, I was a quality engineer. I quit that job. I was a quality manager. I quit that job to start my own business as a consultant, where I was telling companies how to run their company to improve customer satisfaction. I went to the third largest military supplier in the country to help them develop a training program to teach their employees how to develop, improve customer satisfaction. The U.S. government. I'm not bragging here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to explain to you how hard I was pushing myself. Now, when I went to that company, I'm not going to name their name because I'm not sure I can. I'm always worried that I'm going to get a YouTube violation. But, you know, there's only 3, so you guess which one it is. I was only, I don't know, 32 years old. I went into manufacturing companies that were supplying components to Toyota, Chrysler, Ford, and GM. And I helped them develop quality systems where measurements were down to the millionth of an inch. That's how critical some of these components were. And I did this for financial freedom. I did this because I thought money was what made people happy. And I said that in that video. I pushed and pushed and pushed. Well, then finally, 2008 hit. And if anybody remembers 2008, that's when the economy crashed. Well, I was able to survive until 2011. I kept pushing until 2011. Now remember, I just told you that a lot of my customers were automotive suppliers. So when 2008 hit and the big 3 bottom tanked, so did my customer base. So I was determined to rebuild it. Well, finally it didn't, I just couldn't survive it any longer. And so I went and worked for a sheltered workshop where I felt like I was using my skills to help the lives of folks that needed help. Disabled employees, to improve their lives, give them something to work for in life, to be. And the stress, once again, was just overwhelming. I was push, 60, 70 hours a week. I mean, I've went through this story 100 times. So maybe I didn't clarify in my last video what I was meaning when I said money doesn't buy happiness. I mean, so what did all this money really buy me? I mean, it didn't buy me anything. It bought my ex-wife a lot of guitars and jewelry. It bought me a lot of debt. It bought me a house that I wasn't able to continue to maintain. It bought me a divorce. It bought me the loss of my daughter. I don't know if I'll ever see her, and I've talked about that in a video where I talk about myself, and I'll put a link to that one right here. It has bought me a lot of pain, is what it bought me. And where am I at? Where am I at with all this drive and all this work? Where am I at? So fortunately, I was able to free myself. I was able to figure out that money wasn't buying me happiness. So what I did was when I met Carolyn, we decided we were going to be free. We were just going to be free. That was the end of the story. We were going to pay off our debt. And I'm telling you, when you pay off your debt, you just bought happiness. You bought freedom. Because now you don't have to make a fortune to survive. You can live on what the bare essentials are, if that's what you want to live on. And that's what Carolyn and I have chosen to do, to live on the bare essentials. Food, hygiene, heat, water. That's it. I have to have insurance on the truck, and I have to have insurance on me and Carolyn. And that, again, I feel like it's somewhat of a slave thing. But you have to have them. I mean, you still have to abide by the rules of society. I don't know, there was I don't, people say you can't take it with you. Okay, yeah, you can't take it with you. So why are you working so hard to have it when you die? Where is it going to go? It goes to your children? What is it? What is it? Look, I was working myself to death. And that is such a cliche, easy term to say. I was working myself to death. Fine, okay, you're working yourself to death. And yeah, okay, you have all this debt and you have all this heartache and misery, but money buys happiness, remember? So now I don't have a huge income. I don't have a lot. I live in any national park in the country that I've paid through taxes. I have a pop-up camper. There's my shower right here. I don't know if you can see it. My shower tent sits outside. My paid-off pickup truck is a 4-cylinder Chevy Colorado. It's paid off. 2015. Love that truck. And so that's what I got. That's it. That's what I got. And I've never been happier. I don't have the pain. I don't have the heartache. And I've been trying to sell this to you for some time. And that is what my channel is about, is trying to explain to you the freedom. Not about living out here. That's not what I'm trying to say. I keep telling you to break the chains that you have used that bind you to work, to responsibilities, to all these things that society says you have to have. You have to have a house. You have to have 2 cars. You have to have, fancy clothes, and you have to have jewelry, and you have to have guitars, and whatever. You have to have them. Oh, let's not forget the important one. You have to have debt. No, you don't. The Constitution of this country states pursuit of happiness. And somehow that has been translated into money. I have to have money to pursue happiness, or to be happy. And I actually thought about this years ago, that pursuit of happiness should be defined by the individual. What is it that makes you happy? Is it the jewelry? Really? The jewelry makes you happy? Might make you feel better about yourself. I don't know. But does it really make you happy? It might make you happy for a few minutes, but in the end, you're going to put it in the jewelry cabinet, and you might break it out once or twice a year. But living out here, listening to the owls each night, coyotes, I think I've heard a fox a few times. seen deer walk right up to me. Being able to have a conversation with Carolyn anytime I want. That is happiness, my friends. That is happiness. To me, now, I want you to try to find your happiness. What is it? It can't be money. It's not money. I promise you, it is not going to work every day to kill yourself. What point is it? You're going to kill yourself early, and you're going to lose all that money you earned. Anyway, that's my soapbox for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.